Hi everybody, Dan Illman, Matt Bernier. The DRF Bets race of the day for Sunday, January the 21st is race number 8 at Aqueduct, the Ladies Handicap. And if you sign up to DRF Bets right now, you can access a $200 free bet, no deposit required. And all you have to do is go to drf.com/join and use the promo code FREEBET09. Let's take a look at this field of fillies and mares going 1 1/8 at the Big A. You can head on over to the Race of the Day event page on DRF.com, download your free Formulator past performances for this race, and handicap along with us as we take the field in post position order. And Matt, the number 1 is Majestic Angel, a horse going turf to dirt, but perhaps one of the few horses in this race that might really appreciate this extended distance.
The extended distance, and I have to be honest, she's kind of the X factor in this race to me, because she's only been on fast dirt 3 times in her life, 2 times in the exacta, one of them a victory. And I understand that sloppy track 2 starts back, she was beaten by 6, but I have to be honest, I don't think she's done anything wrong in the main track. I wonder if this is what she's wanted all along.
I agree. I like her last 3 races on the main track. That Thistledown race, she was 50-1. She ran against some solid horses. She was in a little traffic on the turn. She came with a good run. You could tell she was trying. In the Arlington race on the poly track, kind of buried down inside, turning to the stretch, got to the outside, finished okay. My one concern is the pace, because she is really a one-run closer, and while this distance perhaps is the great equalizer, I don't think they're going to go very fast early.
I was going to say, she's going to need things to really just fall apart at the end, where these girls don't want to go out this 1 1/8, because you're right, it doesn't look like there's a ton of early speed signed on, and she is kind of that confirmed one-run closer.
Let's see if Timeform US agrees with my pace analysis, and they do. The blue bar indicates that Timeform US's pace projector is favoring horses on or near the early lead in the ladies, and the number 2 just got out, a pace-pressing winner last time out in an entry-level allowance race, I think can get to the front.
Yeah, and if she can, and that's how it plays out, then she's going to be very dangerous in here. For what it's worth, that runner-up came back to win Next Out Bull with an 83 buyer, so she's at least been keeping good form. Other than that, I don't love that race as a whole, but you kind of look at it, you get Linda in your corner, that's a positive. You probably are going to be on the lead, that's a positive. I don't know about the distance. I'm a little bit concerned.
I'm going to say that I think she's going to get the distance for 2 reasons. One, she's won at 1 1/16, and close enough to 1 1/8 for a mare that's only tried the distance a couple of times. 2, last time out in that race, she was on the lead, pressed by another horse, Big Mara, who ended up finishing 3rd, and just got out looked like she was in really deep water with about 5/16 of a mile to go. Jose Ortiz got the whip out, and she just grinded it out down towards the inside. And to me, I think that's an indicator that just got out will get the distance if she gets the right trip. Timeform US believes she'll get the right trip. She's a contender. Boy, 3-1's a little light.
Yeah, especially for someone in my camp that I'm not entirely sold that distance is her friend. I don't want to find out at a short number.
If inconclusive starts, she'll be coming back on very short rest for trainer Gary Contessa, 6 days to be exact, and she was in the Interborough last time out at a distance that's probably a little bit too short for her. She was outrun early, and she passed some tired horses down towards the inside. Considering it was her first start in several months, she can build off of that effort. She's just not a very prolific winner. She hasn't won a race since June of 2016, and she's never won on dirt.
I have to be honest, there's a part of me that thinks that this distance is actually going to be good for her. I feel like just kind of grind away in this spot. She faced better horses, I think, in that Interborough. Divine Miss Gray is just in raging form. She just shows up and runs giant race after giant race. The question is the quick turnaround. Do you think that's going to be a little bit too much for her? If you don't, and you think that the distance is going to help her cause, then at a pretty big number, she might offer some value.
Just needs a little bit of pace, because she, like the number 1, doesn't have a ton of early speed. The number 4 is Crimson Frost, and handicappers have to ask themselves which Crimson Frost is going to show up on Sunday. Because if the one that shows up was the one that ran 2 starts back, the one that earned a 90 buyer speed figure against the aforementioned Divine Miss Gray, she's probably going to win. The one that ran last time out, well, that's a different story. While we were talking about the race before we came on, and you had to be close to the pace, and Crimson Frost was not. She didn't do any running as the favorite. It makes me think maybe that 90 buyer from 2 back is a bit inflated.
Well, we'd even talked about it in that preview leading into that 38 go. Was the 90, is that what she is, or was she that horse that kind of typically would give you the high 70, low 80 kind of buyer? If you believed that that's what she was, then she was in trouble anyway. If you thought the 90 was something that maybe she had turned the corner, then certainly she was a big-time player. I don't know that I want to entirely hold the laurel race against her, but I still don't know that she's actually the 90 buyer horse.
I love that Graham Motion has kept the number 5 Shirini in training. From a pedigree standpoint, she's already worth her weight in gold. Her dam is Oatsy, which makes her Shackelford's sister, and several other good horses, Lady Joni, I believe, as well. But she hasn't earned black type just yet, which would even take her value to another level. And here she is in a stakes race, off of a win, off an extremely long layoff at Laurel. It was workmanlike. She was very late to change leads, but the fact that she was able to do it at a mile and a 16th off a year-plus layoff, it speaks volumes.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing. Like you say, she just had such a hard time staying on the racetrack. Now that this is 2 starts in a row for Motion, it's got to be a positive. And I think really the only reason she's still in training is for what you just laid out. The pedigree here, obviously Otzi, but you brought up Shackelford, a Fleeting Lady, Lady Joni, Stefan Otzi, you name it. She just threw good horse after good horse. If you can get a graded stakes placing here, or a stakes placing period, she's worth her weight in gold.
And she's already won at a mile and an eighth. The pace projector has her up close to this pace, and she's got a Graham Motion formulator fact. Limited positive data for Motion. First start off a layoff of 45 days or greater with older last out winners on dirt with a positive ROI. The number 6 is Girl Talk, another mare with a really nice pedigree. This one is trained by Kieran McLaughlin, and this horse has won at a mile and an eighth as well. And I wonder if, I know she won 3 starts back, a race where she was under the whip early and was able to grind it out at Gulfstream. I wonder if those one-turn miles are just too short for her. She didn't run well last time out, but she also broke slowly in a one-turn mile in a race that featured Divine Miss Gray. She is just this big, gigantic mare. She wants distance. Not sure she's going to win it. I think we'll see a much better performance. Yeah, and if you also believe the Timeform U.S. color codings about the racetrack and how it was playing, she was running against the grain. They both favored horses that are on or near the early lead. That most recent run, she faced some decent horses, not just Divine Miss Gray, but I believe Parade was in there as well, who earned an 84 and 83 buyer in the next start. So, I mean, it certainly fits in here. If you think you can get back to the Gulfstream race, or certainly if you think you can get back to the Saratoga race from July of 2016, she's got a big chance. What kind of horse is Bombshell for Team Valor? She ran in that Shine Against sprinting 4 starts back, and talk about missing the break. Yeah. She basically went to her nose and then was 4-5 wide all the way around the racetrack and was still in with a big chance with about a 16th of a mile to go and was only beaten a length. Now, she was overmatched in the Beldame. Her last 2 races, though, I think she's kind of underperformed a bit. Yeah, I agree with that. And I also wonder, ultimately, distance-wise, what's her game? You see APND on the bottom. Bellamy Road, obviously, distance, not too much of a concern, but it seems like she's been doing a little bit better at those shorter distances. Now you try to stretch her out to 9. I don't know what you're going to get. To me, she's the kind of horse where if she wins, great. I won't be surprised, but I wouldn't be running, you know, cutting people in line to bet her. It's a really fun race. I think you could make a case for just about all of them. I'm not sure it's really a win wager kind of race for me, but it's a spread, and the multis like the late pick 4, the pick 6 at the Big A. Let's take a look at our top selections. You're going with Motion, the 5, Shirini. What kind of price do you need? She's 4 on the morning line. I got to be honest, I'm kind of with you. I don't particularly trust her, and I don't really trust any of the girls in this field, but I suppose if she's 4 on the morning line, if she went off in that ballparking 5-6 to 1 range, I'd be interested. I don't think she's going to. I think she might come down even from the 4 to 1. I think Just Got Out as an opportunity to control the pace up front for Linda Rice. 3 to 1, as I said, a little bit too light, but for me, the main protagonists from a pick 4 play would be the 1 Majestic Angel, the 2 Just Got Out, the 6 Girl Talk, and the 7 Bombshell. Again, if you are playing the Sunday Aqueduct card from home, 2 stakes races on the afternoon, a $200 free bet, no deposit required when you sign up for DRF Bets. And all you have to do is head on over to drf.com/join and use the promo code FREEBET09. Approximate post time for the ladies. Race number 8 on Sunday, 3:50 Eastern. Good luck.